Hello, Wojak East community. Good morning. Today is January the 3rd, 2026. A gorgeous, gorgeous Saturday morning. Hopefully, everyone has a great start to their weekend. Um, Big news overnight. It seems the initial reports are not, um, you know, confirmed completely by mainstream media yet. But it seems like Maduro was captured and there's a transition of the Venezuelan government going down right now. I mean, it's great news. Um, like we talked before, I personally think Maduro and the Venezuelan government is one of the cancers of this world, not only to their country but to this world. It's wonderful to see that Trump was able to capture Maduro and his wife and overthrowing the current dictatorial regime. Seems like you know, smoother than anybody anticipated. Not a not a land invasion, maybe just special forces of the U.S. going in and capturing the dictator. Much better than what George W. Bush did, 20 years ago with Iraq. We went in, spent $2 trillion, and 5,000 lost U.S. soldiers, and probably hundreds of thousands of Iraqis got hurt and displaced, and that was a disaster. I was really, never a big fan of Trump. I remember when Trump won his re-election. That was a very displeasing shock to me. I thought U.S. we average Americans must be, really, really dumb to re-elect him once, considering that his first term was one of the worst disasters in American history. I was a huge fan of Biden, but when Biden announced you know, he's not running for re-election, I knew, he was forced out by the Obama and the Pelosi and Kamala Harris branch of the Democratic Party. There's an evil part of the Democratic Party too. They're pushing out Biden, this gentle and humble and extremely competent president, you know, so they can install their stooge, which was Kamala Harris in last summer, actually, summer of 2024. So it was wonderful to see that the Democratic Party, currently being judged, being harassed by Trump, and they're losing their influence. Uh, but I was never a big fan of Trump. Um, but today I gotta say, what he did in Venezuela, it was a, 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 a success. Um, and if you just look at the polls, 90% of Venezuelans, they want Maduro to be gone. And if you look at some of the testimonies of Venezuelans who left the country, this regime had cost decades of suffering and wealth of the Venezuelan people. I mean, this is supposed to be the richest country in the world, considering they have the largest proven oil reserve on the planet. To think that right now it's one of the poorest countries in the world, where there are millions, a third of the country fled because, as refugees, just shows what mismanagement and corruption the Maduro regime had caused this wonderful country. So I'm totally for Trump capturing, overthrowing the Venezuelan government, especially at almost no cost to the U.S. And another good news is that the cartel government of Mexico is put on notice as well, because they are in the same bed as Maduro, and Venezuela. So same thing with Iran. If these countries they keep oppressing their people, they keep rig elections, then you know maybe U.S. is going to go in and overthrow all of them, all these dictators. You know, I'm not a naive enough to believe that we do it for altruistic reasons. It's not. I mean, Trump, I'm sure, went to Venezuela partly also because of the oil. But whether the motive is pure or not, the results are the same. That we're able to get rid of these cancerous governments all over the world, whether you're talking about Venezuela or Mexico or Iran, and evil got defeated and justice triumphs, and I'm all for that. The only people who are against the fall of the Venezuelan regime were the dictators themselves, like Putin and Xi and Kim Jong Un. You know, and these are the regimes, these are the powers that were behind Maduro for the past 2 decades. They were the ones who propped the Iranian government up, the Venezuelan government up, um, in hope that to establish them as adversaries against the U.S. So these are the people's the evil powers of the world. They got defeated last night, and it's a wonderful news, and it's going to be wonderful for U.S. dollars and crypto in general, because Trump is for crypto, and he wants to build America into the capital, the center for cryptocurrency, and by showing the might of the U.S. military in this toppling of Venezuelan regime, it's great for U.S. dollar and for U.S. reputation and image of U.S. as well. So it's a bullish news, I believe, for America, for crypto. Overall, the market is just trading sideways. Um, I know that Bitcoin went up little bit, I guess, to around 89,000, 90,000. Wojak dropped down. I don't know what's going on. Why people are not buying Wojak at these ridiculously low prices. Maybe something has to do with the knockoffs. So I want to shout out to the active community members, Christoph, to Francois, to Carl, Klaus, Jerry, who else? To a billionaire, of course, to Angelina, Reverend, VR, to all the active members. Thank you guys so much. But let's create more noises. Let's retweet the posts from Wojakcoin ETH, and just tweet about our token on Ethereum. It's kind of disheartening to see that the knockoff community, they're able to post a lot more on X than we do about their fake tokens compared to our real tokens. I know that it's probably one scammer running all kinds of 20 dozen accounts, creating the image of a community. But if that's the case, kudos to that one person. We don't have one person who is able, to do that. Even though I believe we have believers in the Wojakcoin ETH, but we just need to become more active, become more involved, and just post more, generate more noise, because for these dumb money, when they come in, they see that the knockoffs, they make all the noises. They think that those are the real tokens, and we are the one who is the fake, and they end up losing their money if they invest into those tokens. So let's tell the world, who is the real token here, who is the real Wojak. So just shout out to the community, encourage one another, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Tomorrow I'll be off. Have a good one, guys.